Yeah, here you go. I don't know if you can see it, but it's this one right here. So it's asking, like, it gives you a scale, and I know that green scale means at the bottom of that means at sea level, just to clarify, because it's 1,000 feet.
Okay, so we're tackling a new question here. I hit the record button just in case we say anything that's worthwhile to share with everybody. But we're trying to figure out in this question about field elevation, terrain. And we're asking about this airport here called Minot. It's probably French.
Yeah, I think it might be an Air Force. It looked like, well, there's a Minot Air Force Base, but I don't know if that's it.
Minot? I could dig that. Minot. And can you read me the question word for word?
Yes, sir. It says, the terrain elevation of the light tan area between Minot Area 1 and Abaddon Lake Area 2 varies from, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but.
So I got the screen share on. You should be seeing the screen share. And, you know, it sounds like we're trying to answer the question of this tan area. And so, like, the idea is that, you know, not all of planet Earth is located at sea level. That's kind of the big conversation. Denver, Colorado is way higher the sea level than Florida. Okay. And if we were asking about the particular airport of Minot, or whatever the pronunciation is, we know just looking at the sucker right here that the field elevation is 1,716 just by looking at the airport data block. You know, down here at Garrison, we know the field elevation is 1937 just by looking at the data block. Right here at this private airport of Shemkino, we can see that the field elevation is 2,065. Here at this private airport of Polshok, 2245 is the field elevation. And I mean, those are just some really simple, quick things that we can do to look to see elevation. But that's not what this question is asking us to do. This question is wanting us to use the scale of the colors. So for example, Minot is 1716. It's a deeper green color. Up here in this tan color, where I have field elevations more of like 2,200 or 2,000, I get a new light tan color. And then down here in Garrison, where it gets down below 2,000 again, I get back to the darker green color. So what you're seeing is that on this particular legend, we're seeing different colors for different field elevations. Because whichever sectional chart this is, I'm not sure which sectional chart this is, but there's some sort of mountainous area nearby for certain, because on this sectional chart, the highest elevation of anything on the sectional chart, we don't see the full sectional chart here, is going to be like 11,370. It's going to get to be a darker brown color because it's over 9,000 MSL. Well, that light tan color that we're looking at looks to be something between 2,000 and 3,000. That's why we get this light tan. If we started to get into something between 2,000 to between 3,000 and 5,000 MSL, then it becomes to be extra yellow. If we get something between 5,000 to 7,000 MSL, it gets to be more darker tan, versus between 7,000 and 9,000, almost more like a brown beige. And in this example, I don't see, like, I'm trying to compare the difference between this very light tan versus this more pale yellow. I don't think I'm really seeing any of the yellow. Are you?
No.
So I think that we're solid in this area here of something between 2,000 and 3,000. And then furthermore, you know, I can literally read these private airports. They're 2,200, 2,300. This one's 2,065. What are our possible answer choices?
The possible answer choice. Let me. I'll have to look up the question. Let me look it up.
Oh, okay.
It was saying like from sea level to 2,000 feet, 2,000 feet to 3,000 feet. So what is the elevation? Minot to lake. Well, let me see.
So it looks like I tried to type in the same thing, and I'm getting a question that says, refer to figure 22, but at the same time, we think it's actually called figure 21 now. The FAA has updated their database. And we're going to refer to that figure, and it says the terrain elevation of the light tan area between Minot, Area 1, and Audubon Lake, Area 2, varies from, we have options of 2,000 to 2,500 MSL, we have 2,000 to 2,700 MSL, we have sea level to 2,000. So, I mean, I think the answer choice C of sea level to 2,000 is not correct, because we can see that, you know, sea level to 1,000 is not even an option on this sectional excerpt.
Yeah.
1,000 to 2,000 is like a darker green, and we're in the light tan area, which looks to be between 2,000 and 3,000. What you might notice on some other questions that you tackle is that they could put like, they're not called isobars, they're not called isotherms, but it's very similar to like an isobar or an isotherm. I can't remember the fancy name that they have for it. There's probably one on some of these other charts nearby. Yeah. So like on this chart here, see how there's like a 5,000 and then a 4,000?
Yeah.
And then between this 4,000 and this 5,000, you see these like little lines that they draw?
Yeah, they're not topographical, like elevations or things like, I forgot what we called them in the military.
Yeah, and so that could be another clue. If you had a different question, you could look for those, and those lines can give you clues as well. But in this example, I don't even think it's that complicated. I think it's the fact that this light tan area is between 2,000 and 3,000. That's my answer. But it's just kind of tricky because we don't see, oh, here's the answer right here. Look at this. Contour interval, 500 feet. So on this particular chart, if they ever draw an extra line in there, like I was pointing out to you, that extra contour interval would be worth 500 more feet on this sectional excerpt. So in this example, we don't see any of those extra contour line intervals drawn out at all. So that's why the correct answer is going to be 2,000 to 2,500 MSL, because we clearly see the 2,000 line that's drawn, because the 2,000 line is when it changes color to light tan. And if there was another 500-foot jump up, we would see one of those gray contour intervals drawn that would indicate above 2,500, and we don't see that. So that's why the best answer choice is, in this example, A, 2,000 to 2,500.
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. That makes more sense now. All right. Yeah, I don't have any other questions for you, sir, besides those two. And I mean, we can go over some more stuff if you like, but I could save it for Monday as well.
It's whatever you want to do. You know, if you have a